Hey, heart seekers, welcome to the Heart's Hello Show, where our hearts are the foundation of our well being and happiness. I am your host, Keona Talana. This particular month, we have been talking about the power of boldness, and today's episode is going to be no different. We're going to be discussing how to set audacious goals and back them with action. See, the majority of the time we set goals, we have these dreams, we have these desires, but then they go by the wayside. We say, oh, we don't have the money. Oh, this can't be done. Oh, I need to do this first, and begin to put all of the obstacles in the way even before starting. And if that's you, just go ahead and raise your hand and tell yourself that it's okay. Because today I want you to begin to dream again. I want you to understand that those goals, those dreams, those desires that you have are indeed attainable. But it's not just about you visualizing it. It's not just about you thinking about it. It's being able to back it with action. And see, that's what happens most of the time when we set these goals. And you'll hear me say we, because I haven't arrived yet. There are some things that I'm still working out, still trying to figure out how to do. And so as we are on this adventure together, I say we, because anything that I'm talking about or sharing about with you all is something that I have either gone through or am going through with you. So when we're talking about setting these audacious goals, and for those of you all who may just not know even what audacious means, it's going to be big, it's going to be bold, it's going to be outside of your comfort zone. See, I know that you hear that trigger word, and most of the time people think, oh, well, that's what I'm comfortable with doing. And see, that there lies the problem, because you've been doing up until this point what has made you comfortable, what you feel like you can do based off of what you can currently see, what your bank account looks like, who may be able to help you, how you can easily get to. And unfortunately, when we're talking about making our goals audacious, that means that it's going to be outside of your comfort zone. That means it's going to cause you to have to do some things alone. That means it's going to cause you to have to tap into your faith on a level that you probably haven't tapped into. Because your comfort level is where you end up being stuck. Because you feel like you're spinning your wheels and you've done everything that you could possibly do. Why? Because that's where you're comfortable. But in this season of our lives, in your life, I believe that it is time for you to take one foot outside of that circle. I just need you to visualize yourself standing in a circle. If you have to imagine yourself drawing a circle around yourself, and now I need you to take one step outside of that circle that you just drew. Go ahead. I'll wait. Now that that one foot is outside of that circle, I need you to go ahead and do something else for me. Take that other foot and place it outside of the circle as well. Because nothing grows inside of your comfort zone. And that means your goals, your dreams, your desires, they are all outside of where you feel comfortable. For some of you all, you have been called to new jobs. You have been called to apply for promotions. You have been called to start that business. You have been called to write that book. You have been called to move to a new area code, zip code, country, continent, state, whatever it may be. But there are some of you all who you're listening, you know that you have been called to higher. You know you have been called to greater. But you're looking at your current situation, your current circumstance, and saying, I just can't see how that's going to work. See, you're looking at it through your set of eyes. And if you're a believer like me, then that means you're not operating out of faith. You're operating out of what you can do and what you can do alone. That also lets me know that if you are standing inside of your comfort zone, you're also not walking in your purpose, because your purpose is going to take you outside of what's comfortable. Your purpose is going to be that thing that is not for you, that is for someone else. Yes, your passion may be tied up in that comfort zone, but your purpose is going to call you higher. Your purpose is going to take you to places that you have never been. And that's not inside of your comfort zone, because the people that you need to reach aren't there. So I need you to dream again. I need you to take some time, just as we were as children, to daydream. What is it that you want? What is it that you desire out of life? What is it that you are hoping to get when they have, or when your life has ended here on this earth? What do you want people to say about you? I'll wait. Because those are the things that matter. Those are the things that are going to cause you each and every day to have a light, a fuel, a fire to continue to do your work. See, some of you all are saying, well, I'm just tired, or this is just not fulfilling to me, or I keep finding myself doing the same things over and over again. And I'll tell you right now, the reason why is because you're inside of your comfort zone. And you have allowed not only yourself, but you have allowed other people's opinions to tell you what you can and cannot do. If you are even just thinking about where we are right now as a society in the world, things that are going on around us, things that you would have never thought would be transpiring in this world today. But it was because someone said, you know what, fear is not going to stop me. Shame is not going to stop me. And so why should you be any different? Why should you dumb down and play small and pull back because you're afraid of what everyone else is going to think when you decide to step outside of your box? It's probably because you're afraid that someone is going to say, well, who does she think she is? Who does he think he is? Why is he called to do this? Or what? Who knows? But I tell you what, if you do not step outside of that comfort zone, you're going to be listening to this same episode again next year, trying to figure out how you can live the authentic life that you desire. How can you take the mask off and be the authentic person that you desire? How can you live life full out when you are too afraid to be who you have been called to be? So I need you to, again, think about what that definition of audacious is. Big, bold, outside of your comfort zone. And contrast that with the things that you have been playing safe with and being playing small with. So I gave you some examples of those audacious goals. If it's you're starting a business while working a full-time job, if it's writing and publishing a book in the next 6 months, if it's running a marathon with no prior experience, you're going to have to make yourself do something different. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And that's how most individuals live their lives. But I need you to shift your mindset. And in shifting your mindset is going to require you to dream audaciously. It's going to require you to overcome your fear of failure. It's going to require you to have to silence the inner and outer critics. So I need you to take a second and pause and write down one audacious goal that you've been secretly dreaming of, but are afraid to commit to. Did you do it? If you're driving, I don't expect you to, but at least get that in your mind. Because now I'm going to tell you why most people avoid those audacious goals. The common fear is going to be just your fear of failure or rejection. Again, most times, 9 times out of 10, it's you standing in your own way. Another is just going to be imposter syndrome. You begin to allow the opinions of others to dictate how you are going to live your life. The concern of others' judgment over what you know that you're supposed to be doing. See, most people set goals. They have these resolutions. And 9 times out of 10, they're not hitting those goals because they're aiming too low. And because they're not putting action to what it is that they say they want. So I need us, to begin to reframe fear as a motivator instead of a roadblock. Because as long as you allow that fear to be your stumbling block, it will always be the same thing that's going to stop you. But you're going to have to fight in order to get to the next level. Y'all remember playing the video games? And in order for you to get to the next level, you had to fight an enemy at the end of each level. And the higher you got to reaching the end of the game, the harder the enemy was to defeat. The same thing applies in life. Because you have decided that you're going to allow the enemy to stop you. And when I say enemy, I'm talking about the inner me, I-N-N-E-R, me. Stop you from getting to where it is that you need to go. That next level is waiting for you to decide that you are going to run through fear. No one else can do it except for you, because you're going to be expecting that same person to run alongside of you the next time fear shows up. Because it will show up. When they talk about every level, there's a new devil, that devil is you. So as we continue to move forward, as we continue to progress, as we continue to be the authentic version of ourselves, each time we're getting ready to hit another level, there's going to be a new level that we ourselves have to become in order to get to the next. See, where you are now is not going to get you to where it is that you need to be. You have to become a different person, and that's not code switching. That's not becoming or there being you putting on this mask. No. Each time you're getting ready to hit another level, you've grown. Your mentality is different. Your spirituality may have grown some. You are not the same person. And so we have to remember that in order for us to get to these next levels, we're going to have to become a different person. Just like the kindergartner, they started school, but you ended up in the 12th grade. Each grade, you had to become a different person. There was a different subject that you learned, or in each of those subjects, there were different things that you learned. Math in kindergarten is not the same math as in 12th grade. Same thing as once you left high school and you enter into college, it's still math, but it's a different level. So all of those things that you've learned from kindergarten up until 12th grade is going to help you and propel you into your college levels. That's life, y'all. And so if you're not passing the test at the kindergarten level, how the heck do you think that you're going to pass it in the 12th grade? You're not. If you didn't understand the fundamentals of adding the blocks together in kindergarten, do you think that you were prepared for multiplication and division? No, you didn't get the foundation right. And so here we are now as adults, the majority of us with my hand raised, making sure that the foundation is solid. Because we don't have time to go back to the beginning to lay new foundation. We have to make sure that what we're doing now is solid and strong to prepare us for where we're getting ready to go. See, I can speak for myself because the foundation that I had to lay down after my divorce is not the same as when I was married. I had to break up all of that concrete that was there and prepare to level it out and put down rebarb and then put down the concrete and make sure it was level again, because what I'm building now is for my legacy. What I'm building now is making sure that I'm solid too, because that was one of the things that I didn't understand how to do while I was married, that I didn't understand. I didn't understand that I had to make sure that Keona was good before making sure that the house was good, the husband was good, the children were good. No, see, we were taught to make sure that all of the other things were good and then to put ourselves at the end. That is a trick of the enemy and a lie. This is why when you're on a plane, they tell you to put your mask on first. You can't help someone else if you're struggling for air. So you have to make sure that you are solid and authentic and being the true version of you so that you can now help other people. You hear people talking about, oh, I needed my cup to be full in order for me to pour into someone else. No, they're supposed to get the overflow. So that means if you close your eyes right now and you put a cup under a faucet and turn that faucet on, your cup is full first. They get the overflow of that cup. It was never meant for you to pour out of your cup into someone else's. So let's make sure that our cups are full so that when they receive the overflow, they are getting the best of the best. And I'm not saying that you're going to be good every day, because you're not. But when you have made sure and you understand you enough to say, you know what, today I need to take a step back. I woke up and I'm not feeling the best. Your cup is already full. And now you are able to overflow and be a blessing to someone else. You can now show up and be the best version of you because you've made sure that your cup is full. So when we're thinking about these goals that we have to be able to break them out into chunks. We have to make sure that they are manageable steps. So for example, if you have a person that's saying that they want to lose 50 pounds in 2 weeks, how you gonna do that? That doesn't seem like that's something that is manageable. Let's be realistic. Let's think about, okay, well, what is it that I need to do first? Okay, I need to change my habits. Okay, I may need to start working out. What are the things that I need to do? I may need to go to the doctor and make sure that X, Y, and Z, get some blood work done. Whatever those things are, we have to begin to look at the goals and then begin to manage the steps. So again, we're breaking down those big goals into actionable steps. That's going to be number one. The second thing we're going to want to do is build accountability. So if that means sharing with your accountability partners, your mentors, if you want to go to social media and let people know that you're working on something, you don't have to share with them exactly what it is. But you can say, hey, I might be working on something. Will you all hold me accountable? But you're going to need some accountability, and make sure that the accountability is going to be to yourself first, because there's not always going to be someone that's going to hold your hand and is going to make sure that you're accountable. The third thing is going to be your power of consistency. So you have to begin to establish the habits and routines that are going to align with your goals. And the tip for you to be able to stay motivated when your progress feels slow. So what does that look like? How are you going to do that? Is it going to be 5 days a week if we're talking about losing weight? How many days are you going to the gym? What are you going to do on those particular days? What day is going to be your rest day? What day is going to be your cardio day? What day is going to be your day of just lifting? That's how you begin to set those goals. Number 4 is you have to celebrate the wins. There is importance in acknowledging your progress, even if it's just to yourself. If you hit this goal, are you going to eat the ice cream? If so, what type of ice cream? Is it a full tub of ice cream? Are you going to go out and get ice cream? Are you going to go and have a spa day? What exactly is it that you're going to do to celebrate yourself? And so when you begin to have these ideas for rewarding yourself, then there's a different level of momentum that you have to reach it. So you all, I've given you a lot, but I truly want you to understand that your audacious goals are what's going to are what's going to push you. Your audacious goals are going to help you to overcome your fears. Your audacious goals are going to help you get on track and be consistent and have actionable and manageable steps. See, I need you to remember that the size of your goal isn't nearly as important as the size of your belief and your effort. So you're going to have to dream boldly and act bravely. So I'm excited about your progress. I'm excited about where it is that you're getting ready to go. I'm excited about where you are today. I'm excited about you taking the time to draw an invisible circle around yourself and step outside of your comfort zone. Because you deserve everything that you set out to get. And so I need you to yell out this week. Yell out one goal that you are afraid of. And tell yourself that you are going to accomplish it. So whatever that is, say this week, we're diving into setting audacious goals and turning them into reality. And then follow that up with what it is that you say that you want to get. All right? Good. Because what is stopping you is you. All right. Until next time, let's continue this adventure and show up and be the best, the authentic, the true version of ourselves.